guys, welcome back. Either way, I appreciate you so much for being here today. I have a video here with 5 different school lunch ideas. I definitely hope these help. If you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe, and let's get into it. So our first lunch for this week was just a simple peanut butter and jelly. I actually got the peanut butter and the jelly for free through Ibotta. They recently had a back to school rebate thing going on. If you don't have Ibotta, I'll put a link in the description. It's definitely a money saver, especially for things that you buy already. They have a lot of stuff that's not necessarily free, but money back on everyday items. So I am making this peanut butter and jelly into a little uncrustable sort of sandwich, a little more fun. I will also leave the link down for this uncrustable cutter. You just cut it with the first part and then use the second little piece to make the ridges around the edge. And with this, because I get like the, I guess, cheaper like store brand bread, it's a little bit smaller, so there isn't very much waste when I use this cutter, which is nice. I mean, I do get bigger, thicker bread sometimes if I'm making French toast or something, but for the most part, as you guys see in my grocery hauls, store brand is mostly what I get. Then I'm just putting this little chocolate caramel in here as this little sweet treat surprise. Dropping the lid, can't ever hold anything. And then with this, we did a mandarin orange and some grapes. We are kind of loading up on the fruit lately. A little bit of the veggies here and there, but someone, I won't name names, is kind of avoiding veggies right now, and that's okay. We'll just work with fruits and fit in some veggies when we can. So 1 mandarin and then a little bit of grapes here. I love the different colors in the lunchbox, and I think it's probably pretty exciting for the kids to see all those colors as well. Anything to brighten up their day. How many kids do you guys have in school, and how old are they, if you don't mind sharing? This is my daughter, my oldest child's first time in school, so it's a new experience for us. So we have these Smart Food popcorn, white cheddar popcorn. I just put that in a Ziploc bag out of the big bag that we had. And then the Honest apple juice with the straw outside of the wrapper. So again, just the peanut butter jelly Uncrustable with the chocolate caramel candy, grapes, mandarin orange, white cheddar popcorn with the apple juice. And that does conclude today's lunch. And just adding this ice pack. I don't always add the ice pack, but I do whenever everything in the lunchbox is cold. If I have something that's warm or something that doesn't necessarily have to be super cold, I don't use it. So then we have this kind of pizza lunchable type thing. I'm using the smaller version and dropping the smaller version of the cutter that I had before. It comes in like a 3-pack, and I'm just cutting these circles out of a flour tortilla. I did try a couple before I started the video just in case, because this was the first time doing this. But making like a little pizza crust, sort of flatbread pizza crust, thin crust I guess you would say. So I got 6 of those, and they did all get eaten during school and right after school. So then we have the mixed blend cheese. We are not picky with pizza cheese around here. It can be mozzarella, mixed blend, Parmesan, honestly, it really doesn't matter. And then with some turkey pepperonis. This was a big hit. She really liked it. And then, of course, it's kind of like you get to pick what you put on there. It's not just what's in the little Lunchable box, so you could add different toppings as well. And then we have just a little bit of pizza sauce in this little container, and I did give her a little spoon to just spoon it out, but honestly, I made one for her when she got home, and I just kind of shook it onto the little pizza crust without the spoon, and it worked just fine. This mandarin did have a few black spots on it, which I didn't think was a big deal, but then I saw them on the actual mandarin pieces, so I did, just for my own safety precaution, I guess, decided to dispose of that. and grabbed a new mandarin. It looked fine, but a few pieces had those black spots, and I just didn't feel comfortable. And then with this, we have another, actually, I bought a freebie, this little M&M's yogurt, and it had that pain in the behind foil on it, so I went ahead and removed the foil from the yogurt as well as the M&M's, so that way, I don't think she'd be able to do it, and I just don't like working the cafeteria workers, really, there's no need. And then I put the M&M's in a separate little container, not the lid, Nicole, the little container, and that way she could just take those out and pour them in the yogurt or just eat them by themselves, really. So that worked out really well, and it was all gone by the time she got home. So I will again link the Ibotta down below. It's super awesome. And that does conclude that day's lunch. Big hit. So on this next day, we did a turkey and cheese wrap, roll up, however you would like to call it. On ours, we did turkey, mayonnaise, turkey, slice of cheese, some pickles, and some lettuce. I did have the banana peppers out because she does like banana peppers on subs when we get them out. However, she did say no, so no banana peppers this time. Instead, she ate them by the jar the next day. But this wrap was a big hit. I also want to try maybe a chicken Caesar wrap for her as well and see how it goes. I cut a bit too much lettuce. I just didn't want to overpower it with lettuce. So pickles, because pickles go on all sandwiches and wraps around here. And then I just wrapped that up, cut it in half, and half of it got ate at school, half of it got ate at home. If you guys ever feel like you might be putting too much food in the lunches, please rest assured that it can get ate right after school, because as soon as they get home, most likely they're hungry, and instead of having to make a whole nother snack or lunch or however it be, they can just eat the rest of what you've already made that morning. So nice filling wrap, big hit. We'll definitely be making again. And then on the side with this wrap, I already took off the outside of this carrot. So I'm just chopping this carrot up and then putting that in a container with some chopped up cucumber. And then with that, I put some ranch in the little dipping sauce container. Now, I do want to let you guys know that the ranch has started spilling out of this container. Not out of the container, but into the big portion of it. And I know, like, it really doesn't matter. I mean, it's just that obviously I feel like that's not supposed to happen. So just keep that in mind if you do purchase these containers, that it's possible that eventually the ranch, or when I say ranch, the sauce may start leaking into the larger compartment. It doesn't come out of the container. These containers are very well sealed on the outside. I guess it's the lid on the inside that just isn't doing the best job. So if your kid doesn't have to throw their lunchbox around, then, or you're using it for home use or however, it might be good. Or maybe a thicker dressing or dip like peanut butter and such works just fine, but just keep that in mind. They are super handy, but obviously I guess it does have a flaw there, and I just wanted to let you guys know, as I will of course be sharing the link for this, and I don't want you to be misinformed. So with the lunch, I'm also adding some chips and salsa, just salsa to the smaller container, and then a Ziploc for the tortilla chips and salsa. If you've been watching my channel for a little while, you do know that that's a popular snack in our home. So I guess if you want to say, there's some veggies in there as well. Tomatoes, onions, and such. So I guess we'll call that a win, right? But she did walk by me while I was making this, so I just showed her really quick what all I had, and it was kid approved, so that's always a win. I like it to be a surprise sometimes, and sometimes not. I did go ahead and add a chocolate caramel candy, but this concludes that day's lunch. We have goodness, I can't talk. Cucumber and carrots with ranch, a turkey and cheese wrap, chips and salsa, and a chocolate caramel candy, as well as an Honest Kids juice with the straw removed from the plastic. Awesome filling. And next we have a nacho day. So what I did here is I just heated up some of our extra taco meat from Taco Tuesday. And then with that, we added some shredded cheese, taco sauce, and that's all that day with the nachos. This is a huge hit, and it's super easy for her to just throw together at school. I put the chips in this little pink divided container, and then you could also, of course, use just one large container. And I guess you might be able to build the nachos ahead of time and then not put the taco sauce on top. That probably would do pretty well. I just don't want them to get soggy, and I feel like they really shouldn't. It's just, I guess the meat wouldn't be hot, which also isn't a big deal for a lot of kids. So just put the tortilla chips in there, so that way she could just either build the nachos inside the container or build them on the lid of the container. I did let her know that was an option as well. And then she just put the taco meat on top with the shredded cheese and then the taco sauce. And this was another one that didn't all get ate at school. It got ate after school as well. And again, totally fine. Lunchtime is busy for them. So, hey, if, like I said, if they don't eat it all at school, offer it to them after. I'm sure they would love it. And then there's a shredded cheese, and what I did here is I just put the taco sauce in one of the small circular containers, and then that fit perfectly inside this little small rectangle container. So everything was together, and that kind of gave the taco sauce like double security, I guess, because it had the small lid as well as the larger lid, because that is like the biggest fear of mine, honestly, is like her getting to lunch at school and her lunch is just a jumbled mess or something is all over the place. So I just try to keep that in mind while I'm building the lunch. I'm a prepare for the worst type of person. So with this, we did have one mandarin and then one piece of caramel chocolate. And don't worry, guys, caramel chocolate is almost gone, so you won't be seeing it after here soon. So for the mandarin, to avoid putting another container in her lunchbox, I just this was like a pretty easy peel. I could tell the skin was pretty far off of the actual mandarin pieces. So I just like opened a little hole at the top, and then she could easily peel it on her own. And then again, we just have an Honest apple juice to go with that. So to close out this week of lunches, we just have a turkey and cheese sandwich. On this, I put mayo on both sides. Normally we do mustard as well, but me and my daughter both are kind of like over mustard on sandwiches right now. So mayo, cheese, turkey, and then of course lettuce for her. Do you like lettuce on your sandwiches? Comment below and let me know. I personally love salads. However, I cannot do lettuce on like tacos and sandwiches and things like that. I just can't do it. I don't know why. But she loves it, so hey, that's a win. So we have lettuce and then pickles, and that will conclude the sandwich. And then I did get out this little cute heart cutter. It's just, I don't always make little cute sandwiches, but I thought she might like it. She really loves hearts, and to her, a heart means a lot. It means like a lot of love, you know? So I thought that might be a nice surprise when she's at school lunch. So with that, I did have a little piece left in the corner. This was what I was talking about earlier. I have a little tiny cutter here, so it's a little tiny heart. So with the little excess that I saw there, I got a tiny mini heart sandwich to go with her big one. So we have a big heart and a little heart. I will link these cutters down below, of course. They are super convenient, and they really do make food more exciting, and they're super affordable as well. I'm not one to waste money on things like that if it's not affordable. But if it brings a smile and it doesn't cost much money, why not? So I did try to put the sandwich in that container. Definitely does not fit. So I put the little heart the small heart in there, a large marshmallow, a pack of crackers. As you can see, we ran out of the caramel chocolate, so I put a marshmallow in there, and then a pack of cheese crackers to sit in there with the little heart sandwich. And then along with this, I also gave a sour Go-Gurt yogurt. This is the first time that any of my kids have liked the sour Go-Gurts. Kroger gave them to me by accident, I guess, and it was upsetting at first, but they definitely got ate. So I just put it into these little pouches. She's not able to get the yogurts open yet, so I thought this pouch would be so much more convenient. And then after doing this little rolling technique for a few minutes, I realized I could just like squeeze the pouch and then pull the yogurt, and it was so fast and easy. So learned that day. So if you didn't know, I guess there you go. And if you did know, great job, because that was super convenient. And then so I do have a review video on these pouches on my YouTube here. I guess I can put that too. But they're super convenient. I normally use them for applesauce, but this was a great idea, and I will definitely be using it for yogurt and anything else that I can possibly think of, I guess, in the future. And then to go with this, I also added some little chocolate chip cookies. I found some tiny little cookies in the cabinet, so I threw in a couple of those to go with that marshmallow, because those marshmallows are honestly huge. I thought they were the kind with the chocolate inside, and they weren't, so just a giant cube of marshmallow, and I figured she probably wouldn't want to eat all that, so just put a little chocolate chip cookies in there as a nice little treat. And that does conclude our Friday lunch. Turkey and cheese sandwich, marshmallow, cookies, some crackers, a sour yogurt, and I did actually throw in a mandarin for some fruit. Tried to put it in with it still together, and that just didn't work. So it's Friday, you guys, Fridays are busy. So the end of the week lunch might not be that exciting, but that does conclude our week, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!